Hey, so I just tried, I don't know what that was. I just tried to do our talk and my brain was just like, I don't know, like I just couldn't, it just wouldn't leave my lips. So let's try this again. All right, let me start the timer one more time. All right, here we go. Actually, hang on. I think I know maybe why it's not starting. I need to send an email real quick. Bear back. Woo! Lighting. Woo! Boy, it was blurry. All right, so now I'm back. I finished what I think I needed to do, which was finish sending an email. And so now maybe I can concentrate a little bit better. So let's do this 5-minute talk. Let's start our timer. Second. Boom. Got it? Cool. All right, so yeah, so I was talking with Bob, right? And Bob's concern is, how do I, I'm gonna lose friends. Like, I'm not gonna be friends with the people that I'm friends with now after high school. What do I do? And the good news is, it's a mix of yes and no, okay? First and foremost, it's okay to have friends today that you enjoy and do a lot of things with, and across time, as you develop more, you'll change as a person. It's okay. If you plant an orange seed, it starts off as a little seedling, it grows into a tree, and then it starts dropping off to oranges. Those are very different stages in life, and it's okay to change across life. That's okay. And the beauty is you get to pick a lot of that change. You get to pick the things that you like today, which may be very different from what you like tomorrow. You get to pick what kind of person you want to be in your character. It's beautiful, and that's a different conversation. But the point is, at different parts of your life, you'll change and you become a different person. And because of that, some of the friends you make may change too. And that's a great thing. By the way, it's great to be around like-minded people who push you, who help you develop more into who you are, who you can relate to, who you can bounce your ideas and your fun and your experiences with. That's wonderful, okay? That's a good thing. So some friends will naturally change because you will naturally change. That's okay. However, the part that you can control is this, and that's friendships that change, friendships that stay because of how you treat it, okay? So here's what I mean by that. Friendships are just like any other relationship. It really becomes what you make of it. Got it? A lot of us, when we first make friendships, do by default. And here's what that means. Making friendships by default means you're making friendships automatic. So this is how most of us start off. It's us making friendships because we go to the same school. It's us making friendships because we're on the same sports team. It's us making friendships because we both play the same game. It's us making friendships because we both played Xbox and we were bored, and so since we both have Xboxes, we play the same stuff, so now we're friends, right? It's we lived in the same neighborhood and we had nobody else to hang out with, so now we just hang out with them because they're in the same neighborhood, right? That's creating friendships by default. And there's nothing wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with that because it's a starting place for a friendship. Here's the key to remember. If the friendship stays that way, if the friendship stays only because you're in the same neighborhood, or you both play the same games, or you're both only on the same sports team, or you're only because you're in the same class, then the minute you get rid of one of those things, the friendship can go boom too. It's a simple math equation. If you're only friends because you both play Fortnite, what happens when you quit Fortnite? If you're only friends because you both play soccer, what happens when you quit soccer? If you're only friends because you're bored, what happens when you're no longer bored? And by now, you're probably starting to see the pattern, right? If you have a friendship based on any one thing and it never goes beyond that, it's in danger of going boom. And you have to decide if you're okay with that. You have to decide if you want your friendships only based on one thing or not. There's not necessarily a right or wrong here, but you gotta know what you're signing up for. So, what's a guy to do, right? It's okay to make friendships based on Xbox or blah, 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 right? Right? And if it's okay, then what am I to do if I want it to be more, but that's just where it starts? Simple. It's like math. Add more things that you guys can do together. So if a friendship starts out solely based on you both playing soccer, why not invite that friend to go watch a movie? Why not invite that friend to go jump at a trampoline park? Why not invite that friend to play Xbox with you? Why not invite that friend over to your house? Why not blah, 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 blah? The more things you add in common, the more foundation you're putting in place. Because now, if your friend stops playing soccer because he's not interested in soccer anymore, naturally across time for some, and he starts becoming interested in basketball, your friendship doesn't go boom, because you had Xbox in common, or coming over to each other's house in common, or jumping at the trampoline park, or watching movies. Got it? The more things you add in common, this more solid foundation you lay in the friendship. But there's still a catch. If your relationship is only built on you having things in common, what happens when all the things in common go boom? Granted, if you add a whole bunch of things in common, it's kind of hard for that to happen. You almost always have something to do together. And it's great to have things to do together, by the way. That's a wonderful thing, especially things that are productive and build you up. But it's still a little conditional, right? Because you're really just there because of the thing in common, not necessarily for the person. Which leads me to the holy grail of friendships. The way to really build something that will last you a lifetime. Here it is. If you build a friendship because you care and love the person, the only way to get rid of the friendship then, because the friendship is based on the person, is for the person to go. And that only happens once in life. For most of us. And that's called death. And I know that's kind of grim, right? Like, I know it's kind of like, oh my God, like, they gotta die, but yet that's the point. You can literally remain friends with someone till death. If you based a friendship based off you loving and caring for them as a person, not just because you play Xbox, not just because of Fortnite, not just because of the team, not just because of blah. If you make it based on the person, now you've built something that can literally last the rest of your life. And that's the answer to the question. How much of a friendship and how long that friendship is and what quality of friendship it is really up to y'all. It's up to you and the person you're friends with. It's what you make of it. And that's beautiful because now you have a vote in it. Now it's not random. Now it's not out of your control. It's in your hands. The only question is, what will you choose to do? And now I want you to remember this. Friendship is just like anything else. It's a two-way street. There's no set path on this. You and your friend can talk this out. And if you've got a friend you really want to be friends with the rest of your life, you think, talk with them about it. Tell them, hey man, you're one of my best friends, or hey man, I was just thinking about this and I really care about our friendship and I really want us to share a lot of life together. I appreciate you, and just be intentional about it. Share how you genuinely feel with your friend, because if they're genuinely your friend, you can do that with them. People who care for you, you will be surprised. A lot of people out here are scared and insecure. I know I've felt it before too. Listen. We all just want to be loved and be taken care of. And we want to pour out love on others and take care of others. After all, we're made in the image of love, so it's kind of natural we would want to do that. But anywho, no, really, have the conversation with your friend. Let them know if they matter to you. And by the way, one thing you'll notice across time is as you grow up more and more and more, you have less and less time to devote to one thing. Because across time, you'll add hobbies into your life, you may add dating into your life, you'll add a job into your life, you'll have, cousins you want to hang out with because now you can drive, so now you can go see them more often. You'll add all these other things into your life, and so the time you have to spend with those friends may decrease. But the good news is, it doesn't mean your relationships have to decrease. They don't. What it does mean is you have to be more on purpose about it. So instead of hanging out with your friend because you were bored and had nothing else to do, you want to intentionally make time to hang out with your friend because you got plenty to do. And for some of you, that's gonna mean hanging out once a week. For some of you, that's gonna mean hanging out once a month. You and your friend can decide what's right for y'all. There's no set number of days or set time that you got to do. The key here is to communicate with your best friend or friends, right? Let them know how you feel, and then y'all make it a thing where you like get together and have like a bro night like once a month, or get together and go paintballing every other month, or get together and go swimming every weekend. You can decide what fits for you. The key here is communicate, be on purpose about it. That's what intentional means. Be on purpose about spending time and developing the relationships you want to develop. You don't have to do it by default. You don't have to wait and expect it to just happen on its own. Because the people that sort of do that, that's when you hear sometimes that's when you hear those stories about, oh, we were friends back when we went to the same elementary school, but now, I don't know, we just grew apart. You didn't grow apart. It was only based on the school. So when you took the school out, it went boom. And by the way, remember what I said, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, it's very hard to sustain a friendship on that. If you want a friendship to last, take it beyond just the one factor. Get to know your friends, communicate with them, and develop other things in common. Do you have a friend who you're only playing one game with? Why don't y'all find a second game? Do you have a friend who you only see at soccer practice, but you want to develop it more? Invite them to your house. Go to the trampoline park. Develop those friendships. They can be whatever you want it to make it to be. And for some of you, you're happy with it just the way it is. Fine. I'm not telling you which way is right or wrong. You'll know. You'll know. You and God are the two people who really know what's best for you. So yeah, there you have it. Friendships in a nutshell. So take it and do with it what you will. If you use this knowledge and use it early, you can really craft your friendships on purpose. Instead of them being something that's just mysterious and random, it's something you can use and make very much on purpose. And by the way, you can also use it to kind of detect what another person's interests are in your friendships as well. If you've got a friend who's always been asking you to play a different game, or if you've got a friend who's always been asking you to come to play basketball or go to the pool or to go do something else that you normally don't do, guess what that friend's trying to do? They want your friendship to develop. So make a decision. Honor it. That's a friend who really wants to expand your friendship. And if you don't have that interest, be aware. Then you're choosing to keep it on a less deep level. And you can communicate that too. Again, there's not a right or wrong to this. Just be aware of what you're making. Because you are making and you are building your friendships. So, anywho guys, that's our 5-minute talk, which really turned into like a 10-minuter because this timer's been going off for 8 years, but that's a really important topic. If you have any other questions on this, holler at me, please fire at me, let me know in the comments. If this is helpful to you, share it with a friend, show your parents, comment in the comments below, and let me know if you need me to clarify this anymore. But use this wisdom, use it early, and most importantly, love yourselves, love others just the same, and love the one who put you here. Anywho, see you later. Have an awesome time. See you later. I'm gonna go edit. I'm gonna try to edit some of this Fortnite stuff before I get on and play with y'all here. It's 7:15 right now, so I've got to edit very quickly, and because I try to make time for y'all each night. And honestly, I might only have enough time to edit this and then upload before it's time to play with y'all. But I'm gonna try to edit some of this Fortnite gameplay too. So fingers crossed. Wish me luck. See you later. Oh, and insert cool exit here.